All right, we're learning. We're improving from last time because last time we went live, we had a VPN on, and for some reason YouTube didn't like that, so I had like 4 drafts of the live stream. But we are like going live at a random time right now. And I've got an indoor setup kind of going on right now. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Just here to hang out. That's what I'm saying. Let's just chill, surrender, and let go. I've got some stuff I want to talk about. I've been diving back into my studies and my teachings and my principles for the good life. So I'd like to share that because I'm like, what's the point of it all if we're not just pursuing? All right, rice and LaCroix, Chase. I got it. I got it. That's amazing. That is amazing. I have a Telegram, Jace. You should join it, as well as anyone else watching this. I'm going to put it in the chat. Talk later, my G. Link has been dropped and it has been pinned. Let's just see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was inspired. Gary Vee is always talking about going live. Not that I want to be some type of IRL streamer, but I love this type of content. Yesterday, I was really diving into like William Donahue. What's up, Matt? How's it going, sir? Thanks, Z90. See you in the Telegram. I'm doing well, Matt. Thanks for checking in. We're making a comeback live from Mexico, baby. Come on. I've got some sauce right here. We've got Gnostics, a great secret. So we're just going to stream, hang out, chat, see what happens. If you guys haven't already, join the Telegram. We're going to be, just checking in every day, having the conversation we want to have, talking about the things we want to talk about, and just making sure we make the most of this life we got. So join that Telegram if you haven't already. But I've really been on like a quest for truth. And unironically, the only thing in which I've ever felt like connected to it all, like wholeheartedly tapped into the wisdom, is when I'm not searching for it. Funny enough. So there's ironically some paradoxical information, by the way. Now, the secret is deadly to the world rulers and institutions. The people who profit off the institutions had to suppress these voices. Gnostics, the great secrets. It says, human life does not fulfill its promise within the structures and establishments of society. No one comes to true selfhood by being what society wants you to be, or doing what society wants you to do. That is like the fundamental premise of like the Gnostics and Gnosis. And I've been talking a lot about the Bible in my video because I've just been exploring those concepts. There's so much, but by no means am I religious. Like, I just have to say that straight up. I'm aiming to unlock a truth that's deeper than any religious doctrine or theology. Running Ronan says, hey, Grant, just stumbled upon your videos earlier today and you happen to be live. You mentioned the flow state or state of relaxation, which is surrender. Do you meditate to enter such a state? Running Ronan, that is a great question. I think one of the easiest ways you can train yourself to become aware of the world or the spiritual world is through meditation, because you're forced to like disconnect from all the nonsense, right? Whether you've got bosses that are pissing you off, you've got some turmoil with romantic partners, you've got some self-doubt or judgment about business plans or fitness goals you set for yourself. That is us like interacting with the world. That is us interacting with chaos, the ever-changing, transient things of this life. Now, in order to enter that flow state or that state of surrender, you have to go within yourself, which is why today I want to talk about Gnosticism or Gnosis, because the only way you'll be able to truly uncover that state is to go within yourself. And meditation is like the easiest way to like tap into that and practice that. So I think it's one of like the most important practices you can have like early on in your journey and for like the entirety of your journey. It's so important. Full transparency, it's something that I've been struggling with in regards to discipline lately. But it's okay. I've surrendered that too. Like I'm in like a walking meditation of my life in Mexico. So Ronan, I hope that answers your question. Is the audio good, guys? Let me know in the chat if the audio is good. If you hear the fan in the back, I'm sorry. We're just going to have to deal with that because it's hot in Mexico right now. And it's not YouTube friendly to strip down. Now, kind of like parlaying off of what I was just talking about. Human life does not fulfill its promise within the structures and establishments of society. That kind of just goes off of what I was saying to Ronan. What you are seeking for, I know we're all seeking something because I seek for it and everyone I talk to is seeking it. Everyone knows that there is a way of being or a way of life that is just transcendent to what we experience. It's something so connected to peace and joy and bliss and excitement that is like written in our DNA. That's why we have that void in the first place. Now, if we're like continuously engaging with the drama in our family or the expectations of society or the judgment of the church or the stress of business or ethical and moral framework, so you hopefully find your one true place in this life, that is not conducive to what spirituality wants you to do. So that's like what I want to be like the fundamental premise of this entire live stream is like, we have to leave that entire paradigm behind. Even as I do YouTube and even as I want to like come back to coaching and providing value to people, I'm like just not aligned with having the conversation about all the problems, because to keep talking and ruminating on the problems is the reason we end up on these unconscious loops and these downward spirals of negative energy in the first place. So I think the goal I have for myself and the goal I have for you guys as you follow me on this journey is to make sure we're always pointing inwards and we're like going within and like deciphering the state of our inner world. And if there's things in life that trigger us or cause us a little more stress than we're used to, how can we detach from that? How can we let go? How can we surrender? How can we fall into this gnosis? This deep, profound inner knowing, right? Jesus said, like, do not come to me and ask for anything. Do not pray to me, for you already have the answers. Like it is within yourself. That's why they say the kingdom of heaven is within. Now we just need to understand what that kingdom is. And I talk about this a lot in my videos because it's like we're knocking on heaven's door with this conversation. Like when all I bring up in my videos is like, hey, the kingdom of heaven is within, or seek God and his righteousness and the rest shall be added unto you, or do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Because like we're so close to the origin, we're so close to the source in that discussion that there's no point and talking about anything else. Now, if you're watching this, drop a 1 if you're picking up what I'm putting down. If you have any questions, let me know. But drop a 1 if we're on the same page. So I just know, no soldier left behind. I want to make sure people understand like why I say these things, like why this is like the most important way to live. All right, we got a 1, we got another 1, another 1. Beautiful. Now, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be the guy that validates your feelings. I'm not going to be the guy that like, hey, it's okay that like your job sucks and your family is annoying and you're having issues in your home life. It's like, so is everyone else. Okay, we leveled the playing field. Let's get rid of the victim mindset. Let's dive deep into the teachings, because if you're anything like me, you've probably exhausted yourself on the teachings. You've read the neuroscience, you've read the manifestation stuff, you've read the Neville Goddard, the Joe Dispenza, the Bible, all these things, 101 different things. But the truth is all of those things are transcripts or captured experiences from like an inner state. So this is why I talk about first degree wisdom and second degree wisdom, because if we're engaging with second degree wisdom, it's like playing telephone. Like people are only like able to maybe convey what they had going on in that state. Versus if you have access to first degree wisdom, if you have access to a teacher or a teaching of someone that is in that surrendered state, you are going to be able to download their experience. You're going to be able to feel their energy in their words, and you're going to be able to feel that change and that dissolution of pressure within your body. Hello, Earth Ambassador. He said, yeah, program tomorrow. I don't know what that means. Now, I want to ask you this question, like, what freedom do you actually have? Because no matter what we portray on the outside, we spend so much time trying to escape that inner sensation of emptiness. And that's just the harsh truth. But it's not just you, it's me, and it's everyone else. Because society has become so misconstrued or distraught, or they have sinned so much, right? To sin is to miss the mark. If you're sinning, you're just missing the mark and like the point of what we need to dedicate ourselves to in this life. Our true purpose is to understand ourselves, which is to understand the whole or the oneness of life or God. Like that is our entire purpose. It is to understand that, because when we understand ourselves, we understand the entirety of it all. When you can dissolve all of your victimization. All right, Earth, let's see what you cooked up. You said, instead of complaining about the past, program the future. The seeds we plant today blossom in due time. I do agree with that. But here's how I've evolved as a creator. Here's how I've evolved as an individual. We have to reorient what you just said to me a little bit. You said, instead of complaining about the past, program the future. The seeds we plant today blossom in due time. I agree. But what I would have to say about your quote is all we can do is be present and plant the seeds. We should not ruminate about the past, and we should not worry about the future, because those things do not exist. To try and program the future is to try and escape this moment. You are saying, I need a better tomorrow, so I need to make sacrifices today. What if today was magical? What if the moment of planting the seeds was so much bliss, so much peace, so much connection, so much purpose, then you would never try to be in any other moment. That's what it means in the Bible when it says, seek the kingdom of heaven first, or seek the kingdom of God first and his righteousness, and the rest shall be added unto you. That is the general theme of the Bible, is to stop seeking external things. There's a quote in the Bible, and it's Matthew 8:21-22. It says, another disciple said to him, Lord, first let me go and bury my father. But Jesus said to him, follow me and let the dead bury their own dead. Now that's not literal. Like that's not just like, oh, like someone's having a funeral and like burying their father. Essentially, it's the ideas that so many people are focused on living a spiritually dead life. They're saying, Lord, but first let me blank. You're telling the spiritual path, you're telling the source energy, you're telling God, you're telling the universe, hey, I know you're there. I can feel it in my gut. But first let me go do this earthly thing. First let me go conform to the patterns of this world. But God and your intuition and your connection to it all is saying, follow me and let the dead bury their own dead. They're saying, let go of the world. Stop trying to be like the spiritually dead. Stop trying to be like everyone else. Follow me. Follow that calling inside. It's all a sensation inside. It's a connection. It's a presence. Now, if our true purpose is to understand ourselves, which is to understand the entirety of life, we must learn to see the patterns in nature, see the patterns in the stars, see the patterns in divinity, see the pattern in humanity, see the pattern in all the things we don't like, and see the patterns in all of life itself. Running Ronan says, 100%, man. I arrived at the idea unity. Interpretation of the same truth from different angles, the Bible, Quran, Eastern philosophies. Exactly, Ronan. And to all of you that are watching this right now, and to all of you that are going to watch this, do not be rigid. Always be dynamic. People become so headstrong about an ideal or a religion because it gave them a spiritual experience. Because they surrendered to the presence of the principle and the teaching in the Quran or the Bible or from Buddha or from Eastern philosophies. So they had this insane experience. They had this first degree level of experience, which is like, oh my God, I feel you. I know you're here. But immediately the ego goes, okay, how do I recreate that? How do I chase that? Because this moment isn't going to be forever. I need to be able to figure out how to recreate that. So you latch on to these idols. That is why all the great teachings say, you must forego and get rid of all false idols. Because it's taking away from the thing that is true. When you had that spiritual experience, or you had that moment of surrender where all of your worries dissipated and you found so much love and peace and gratitude in this moment, that was a self-arising experience. That came from within yourself because you were the one that made peace with the circumstances. You were the one that made peace with reality. You were the one that said, yes, life is both negative and positive, but I do not care because I want to be here right now and take advantage of all of this that I can experience. Drop a 1 in the chat if I'm making sense. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're starting to understand that all of these teachings are pointing to you and your inner world. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're realizing that the experience you seek is within. I want to know we're all on the same page. And if not, that's totally fine. We all evolve at our own rate. Yasmin says, actually, in a weird transition where I feel like I've been completely forced to reach a point of surrender, to live from the inward, not the outward, in through loss, like kingdom from within. Yasmin, that's exactly what it is. Like sometimes we become so obsessed and addicted with the external things that like the spiritual world has no choice but to make us bend the knee, but no choice but to make us to surrender all things. Right? I'm sure a lot of you have the same experience. Like a lot of you are having the same experience, whether you're aware of it or not. Drop a 2 in the chat if you've had a similar experience as Jasmine, where you've been forced to surrender, where your own circumstances became so painful in the outside world, you had no choice but to let go. You were so desperately needing that romantic partner in your life that the pain became so much you had to let go. You needed money so bad to a breaking point and you had to let go and the money showed up. There's a reason it happens like that. There's a reason. Like we all experience it, ladies and gentlemen. And for me, I'm like, whoa, like we all experience this. Maybe we are more similar than different. If we are more similar, maybe there's a key that we can all use. If we stop looking at our differences, if we stop engaging with the things that separate us, maybe we can all collectively come together to a set of transformational principles that will change your life wholeheartedly. That's what surrender is. It's letting go. Because the truth is we will never have an answer. The truth today might look different than the truth tomorrow. Now, don't get me wrong, there are eternal principles that are true. What I'm saying is that life is so transient. There are on every day. And if we chase each of those 101 things down the rabbit hole, we are going to shatter our soul into 101 pieces, just like Voldemort shattered his soul into 7 Horcruxes. We can't be doing that. But think about it. To parlay off the Harry Potter metaphor, Voldemort had 7 Horcruxes. He cast his soul on 7 different things. He identified with 7 different things in the material world. And Harry Potter and Dumbledore had to go destroy those 7 things. Now, what does that look like in our everyday life? If I'm attached to my financial success, 1 Horcrux. If I'm attached to the validation I get from women, 2 Horcruxes. If I'm attached to cheap junk food, 3 Horcruxes. You get the message. It goes all the way up to whatever. I have to let go of things to learn a lesson, to better understand how surrender is the thing I'm looking for. That is what it means when we must die to ourselves every day. You must fall into a flow at the arms of this divine wisdom, and it will catch you. And you will fall into the oneness of this consciousness, this awareness in the present moment. Darian says, when it comes to the flow of energy, do you believe in order to receive the energy of peace, for example, we first have to surrender to the state in which we are emitting those feelings of peace? All right, if you want to surrender and access the state of peace, you actually need to let go of the idea that peace is an external moment. This is why I use words like acceptance. This is why I use words like allowance. This is why I use words like trust. Because the whole reason we do not have peace right now is because we think it's somewhere else. Like, think about it. If I was like, oh my God, last year I used to have 100+ people on live stream, and right now I only have 10. People are in and out. They don't love me. Then I'm putting like my joy and peace on an external moment. I'm comparing. I'm saying I need those things to be okay now. But I don't. I'm here. I'm present. I'm talking about the things I want to talk about, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Earth Ambassador says you can't think two different thoughts at once. That's true. And in the Bible, it says you cannot serve two masters. So you're either going to serve the world of things, or you're going to serve the world or the inner world where you realize it is already peaceful. Like, take a deep breath, a deep, deep breath, and watch the thoughts disappear. The deeper I breathe, the more silent my mind becomes. That is peace. The deeper I breathe, the more the internal chaos and emotional residue disappears. It's that experience right there. Drop a 1 in the chat if you took a deep breath with me and you felt some type of sense of peace and release. Drop a 1 in the chat, let me know. And also drop a like on the live stream if you're enjoying hanging out. I know I need to do a better job of getting like a schedule down so you guys know you can come on these days and we can live stream. A work in progress, ladies and gentlemen, a work in progress. I say that all the time. I'm trying to be a better man. We're just chilling in Mexico right now, in the crib. Normally I'm outside in nature, but I'm like, it's loud outside. There's construction. I could wait to live stream, or I could be present in this moment and know that you guys just want to be here and have this conversation regardless of where it is. Also, that's life in a nutshell, isn't it? Work in progress. Exactly, Ronan. And also, for those of you that are here right now, I pinned my Telegram chat. Like, I'm not live all the time, but if you want to chat with me every day, like if you want to hear from me every single day about this type of stuff, go check out the Telegram. I just reposted in there. And let me know in the chat when you join. I love talking in this Telegram chat, like full transparency. It's something I look forward to every day. Like the fact I got you guys in here, I'm like, I could text them whenever I want and say whatever I want. Like, I love that. Like, I actually do. So I appreciate you guys for, trusting me as someone that can be like a voice of reason in your life. Yes, Earth. Or Telegram is on desktop too, on a computer, if that's where you're watching. Oh yes, a cell phone number might be required for Telegram. Telegram is just easy for me because I can just like send a message. Like, here's what I said a couple days ago. I said, be in this world, but not of it. The true masters can live the human experience of ups and downs, but not be governed by the roller coaster. Life has a way of throwing us 100 curveballs, but we must align and choose inner stillness and acceptance of all experience. You must learn to surrender and allow these feelings and thoughts to dissolve at their own pace. If we feed the anxiety, worry, and doubt, we only strengthen the chaos of thoughts and emotions spiraling out of control. Literally say, I am allowed to feel this. I will not fight it. This too is part of my journey. You will soon uncover you are the quiet observer rooted in stillness below the sensations of thoughts and emotions. You will realize you are not those realistic movies playing out in your body's feelings and your brain's thoughts. They are programs that are used to being triggered on autopilot. By becoming aware of them, you detach and disidentify. I just be thinking of that randomly drinking coffee at 8:07 a.m. on February, or at what time? Noon. Those thoughts just like randomly come to me at noon and I just decide to send it. All right. Drop a 3 in the chat if you guys would want to join me for like a proper surrender protocol live stream. I want to do like a transformational event where everyone that subscribes to me on YouTube, everyone in the Telegram knows, okay, there's going to be a one night live event. We all show up and we actually go through like a transformational experience, because stuff like this is just casual conversation. My YouTube videos, conversation. But I would bring a lot of transformational material and hopefully you guys an experience within 60 to 90 minutes to show you like the essence of these teachings. Long time no see. I'm glad to know you'd be there. What's up, Mad Dog? Darian, I'm glad you'd be there too. Montana G1010. Hopefully I'm getting your name right. Did you know my birthday's 1010, October 10th? Angel number, baby. Do you guys like live streaming? Like, do you like the more casual setting? Let me know in the chat. Would you guys prefer if I like had like a schedule and I just didn't do it randomly? I kind of figured it was in your YouTube handle. That's a great birthday. That's an amazing birthday. And we have 10 people in this chat and 10 likes. Ain't that just funny how the cookie crumbles? I need to text my friend Jack and tell him need a consistent live stream schedule. Matt Creek said, just got back from a surf. Ready for this live stream meetup? Hell yeah. Live stream feels like we are more connected. I love that. 1010 always been my favorite angel number. That's because you are a 10 out of 10. Chris says, I discovered you on your last live stream and your content has since pulled me out of a deep state of depression. Damn. Oh, Christ saves. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm glad to know you're doing better. Keep following the path. And just know it wasn't me that did that. I may have served as a mirror, but that was you. You were the one that pulled yourself out of that state because you let go. You didn't have to do anything. Like, you're allowed to thrive in this moment. You don't need to hold on to that negativity. So congratulations. I agree, Earth. The world does need more mentors. It needs more people having the right conversation. For those of you that are here right now, how many times should I live stream a week? Should I live stream on like Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday? Should I live stream on Monday, Wednesday, Sunday? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm here for you. Mad Dog, Earth, Montana. The OGs that are in here right now. What should my live streams look like? I need a haircut, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't got a haircut since I came to Mexico, and it's just sprawling out. Earth says, don't cut your hair. That's what everyone says to me. It's funny because everyone says that to me. Everyone that lives vicariously through me. I hope you guys like the more like casual stuff too. Like, as much as I can have a deep conversation, I like hanging out too. If you haven't already, go watch my YouTube video. I posted one today. enjoy it. Darian says, what would Jesus do with the haircut? That's a question that I do not need to know the answer to. All right, back to what we were talking about. Running Ronan says 2 to 3 times is great in terms of timing. Do what works best for you. Casual streams are nice for sure. Good to mix it up. Sarah says, what are you doing in Mexico? Living. Montana G says, I was watching all your live streams last year and I'm glad I came across your streams again. And I think you should stream as much as possible. I'd watch any day, preferably later in the day. I like that. I like live streaming too. I think one of the things I've just struggled with is like more being inconsistent. Like if you guys don't see me on YouTube for a while, it's not because I don't want to be here. It's because I've needed to go within to grow and evolve as a person. Like truthfully, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I don't want to be someone I'm not. Like I want to show up as someone authentically. I want to grow. Like I'm a different person than I was last year on the whiteboard. And I think as much as I change and as much as my wisdom grows and evolves, like I hope you guys continue with me on the journey, because my goal is not to stay stagnant. My goal is to continue uncovering the truth and continue pursuing this wisdom. Because I realize we are not seeking an answer. We are not seeking a destination, because there will never be an answer or destination. We're seeking a way of life, like a practice, like a way of being every day, knowing that we're living a such aligned, authentic, and truthful life that we're free, that we're experiencing freedom because we're wearing our heart on our sleeves. We're present. We don't tell lies. We're doing the things we want to do. We're saying no to the things we should say no to. It becomes like a moment-to-moment presence with life. Like you don't need to plan the future because you know you have the trust and conviction to make the decision now. And in that experience, we attain oneness and we attain unity with like life. Mad Dog says, more the better. I say, so everyone can at least get to one live stream. I agree. I'm just going to pick dates and just do it, because a lot of people watch. Like last time we had a similar, let's look right now. We're going into the YouTube studio, ladies and gentlemen. 9 days ago, we did a live stream. And at the end of it, we had like 100 views. But we have 1,700 views on it now. So even though there's a handful of us in and out during this live setting, 1,700 people watched that. It's actually like a lot of people. Like I have a limiting belief coming from working with creators that you need like a massive audience to impact people, and you need to be going viral all the time. But like just on that live stream, like that's a lot of people. Like on my video I posted earlier, I posted a video this morning and it's at 403 views. It's not like my best performing video in the first 7 hours, but it's getting there. But that's like a lot of people. Like, I just want to feel connected to you guys. I know that sounds like weird or limiting belief. Let go of it. I just want to know that I'm impacting you, because it gives me a reason to show up. Like I have no other reason to do it but then to like distill my wisdom and like pass it down. Like it's the only thing I genuinely care about. Like what Christ saves was like, I discovered you on your last live stream and your content has since pulled me out of a deep state of depression. I'm alone out here in Mexico, and just because I decide to turn the camera on, I get to impact people. And hopefully, like I'm coming from like an honest, authentic place. Like I've suffered so much to come to this wisdom. And I try and integrate that every day. And I try and show up and be a better man, and I try and impact you guys. Let's see if we can coerce Jackson to come on my live stream. He's coming down the stairs right now.
What up, bro?
I'm live streaming. You want to come say what's up?
Yeah. Are you ready?
I am.
What up, chat?
What up, chat?
Let's go.
This is Jackson.
What's up?
It's my roommate. He's lived with me in Mexico.
Yes, sir. You should pad?
I did not. I got to figure out how to get the IRL stream going.
How we doing in the chat?
We're good. Everyone drop a 1 in the chat. Say what's up to Jackson. Come on. We're like Kai Cenat right now, baby.
Lock in, chat.
Lock
This
in, chat.
is sick.
It's fun. We're just hanging out.
Just vibing. Just talking with the community. Love this.
Hi,
bro.
Jackson. Yo.
Running Ronin.
What's up, Jackson?
Shout out.
What's up?
This is lit.
It's fun, huh?
Yes, sir. What up, chat?
What up, chat? What up, chat? Dude, live stream is cool. Me and Jackson, we like eating sourdough bread, butter, and honey. Dude, isn't that bread super soft and fresh?
It's some good bread.
It's some good sourdough bread.
Show them the raw milk.
We drinking raw milk
Every day.
every day. Leche cruda.
Without fail. Come on now.
You guys, we're
dialed.
we're lifestyle maxing in Mexico right now. So not only do I practice what I preach, I hope you guys hope to make some similar decisions. What would be like some fun stuff to do? Like not some like degenerate stuff that like Kai Cenat does, but like I think it'd be fun if we could like have like fun live streams where we like talk about this stuff, but also just like mess around. Also, I'm gonna post it again in the chat. Christ Save said I should try raw goat milk.
Could be the move.
Could be the move. Christ saves. There's a lesson in there. Go join the Telegram. Jackson told me that I need to get 500 people in Telegram, so I'm gonna be shoving that in the chat more often than not.
Yes, sir.
All right, where were we? You guys, I think I'm a gnostic type of guy, which is like Christian mysticism. Like I'm kind of realizing like the truth is somewhere in that general area. Gnosticism, Christian mysticism, all the stuff's talking about it, but what they talk about is knowing versus faith. Running Ronin says, guys, goat milk is goated. Cheese and milk, good for longevity. In regards to all these teachings that we talked about, you should be looking to develop a feeling within yourself, not need that, or not need like an external thing to cultivate that feeling, because it can't be found in a book. It can't be found in a church or a spiritual master. Montana G, thank you for joining the Telegram. Let's go. I love to see the number going up. Jackson, we're at 71.
Huge, bro.
Huge. I think what I'll do next time is post the link to the live stream in this chat. Maybe that's something I could do. Maybe that's something creators do to be more legit. To develop that feeling within yourself, it is a practice in cultivation. When you are irked by the external world, you must go within and dissolve that frustration. There's this funny quote from this video I was watching. It was like, money, power, government, the pain of taxes, the endless chain of entrapment to tradition and obligations are all traps. None of it has to do with purpose. None of it has to do with better understanding yourself and moving into oneness. And one of the reasons people are so caught up in the entrapment is because they're looking for security. And then this guy goes, you're looking for security on a rock moving 40,000 miles an hour through space. I don't think we got control of anything that's going on. There's something terribly wrong with the entrapments of the world. So just know, no one can serve two masters. You have to let the dead bury the dead. You got to let the bots be bots. Yes, Earth. God is in control. The source energy, the source of all creation, has a hand in everything that is going on. The thread is singular. Undivided allegiance to God overrides every secondary claim. Family, security, tradition, timing. To live like a spiritually centered life becomes like the organizing center of everything you do. We spend so much time neglecting the inner world. Our priorities are not outside of ourselves. They are in here, because it is this inner world that is doing all the external work. We suffer so much because we neglect the labor that produces fruits in our life. You must open the temple doors within so the doves and peace can fly from the inside. So the rising sun from the east can bring spring and wonder colors our life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a little something calm. We've been going for like almost 50 minutes. I agree, Earth. People need people, and God works through people. That's because creation and the Creator are not separate. Running Ronan says, Grant, any recommendations or good reads within the topic off the top of your head? The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Montana says, kind of controversial topic, but I believe in God in a different way than the majority of people, and I believe we are all God, and God is just the highest form of energy. And so we are God. That's exactly what it is. That's just your way of verbalizing it. I don't think that's controversial at all. I think that's the truth. I think it just gets lost in translation. Like, for example, when people say Jesus is the one true king, I agree. But I also agree that we are all God. Right? We are all in creation. We are all in this energy. We are all this energy experiencing itself. Like, Jesus is the highest form of energy. Like, yes, Yeshua was a man, but he was the embodiment of this energy. He was the embodiment of the highest form of energy that you're describing, Montana. And I think it requires a person to say that and to challenge people to believe differently. I could be making eye contact, but I'm looking at the chat right now. See, Montana, see, Earth, we're all in agreement. Nice and easy. If you haven't already, go check out my YouTube video. It was pretty good. We're going to dial in a live stream schedule, and we're going to be more consistent because I want people to come. I appreciate those of you that show up every time, like just randomly. Like I live streamed 9 days and 2 hours ago. Like that is not, there's no pattern to that. And a lot of you guys still show up, so I appreciate that. We're going to dial in a schedule and like make sure we actually can just keep cultivating this live community, because when there's a lot of people, the energy is crazy. It's so fun. And I got to become the source of what I seek. But I'm going to wrap it up. I was wondering, what is the orange glasses in your video? They're just blue light blockers. Like, because when I would live stream, it'd be like before I'd go to bed. So like, or I'd film a YouTube video when I just was like a night owl and I was feeling inspired. So I'd like wear those. So when I looked at tech screens or I had all the big bright lights on in my face, like didn't mess with like my circadian rhythm too much. And I looked cool. I looked like Tony Stark. If you guys enjoy this live stream, drop a like. Of course, Ronan. Drop a like. We'll figure it out. Just know that I am going to have a consistent live streaming schedule because we're working on structure in our life. In Mexico, it's easy to become a beach bum. So we're trying to avoid that. We're trying to get some more structure, some more discipline, and just kind of go from there. As always, I got nothing but love for all of you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Don't hesitate to join the Telegram, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.